Developing now, 3 men with ties to recording artist Rod Wave are in jail.
Whoever these people are, they decided they were going to shoot into a crowd.
We recovered 2 assault rifles, 2 pounds of marijuana, and a great deal of evidence that we're going to utilize in this case as we move forward.
Rapper Rod Wave was actually incorrectly arrested by Manatee County Sheriff's Office in the aftermath of the raid.
2 females and 2 males were shot, while 6 vehicles were struck by gunfire.
Yeah, whoa.
YouTube Town family, what's the biz? Y'all already know what it is, man. Positive vibes always, all days. You know how I'm rocking, and it ain't nothing to it but to do it. So we about to jump right into it. I hope all is well out there. You know I gotta send that positive energy to my Todd Town family. And if you haven't already, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and notification button so you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest content. You dig? You don't want to miss out. Anywho, without further ado, welcome to Todd Town.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Rod Wave being arrested following a quadruple shooting and an investigation into gang members that may have been too close to Rod Wave.
Developing now, 3 men with ties to recording artist Rod Wave are in jail.
Whoever these people are, they decided they were going to shoot into a crowd.
We recovered 2 assault rifles, 2 pounds of marijuana, and a great deal of evidence that we're going to utilize in this case as we move forward.
Rapper Rod Wave was actually incorrectly arrested by Manatee County Sheriff's Office in the aftermath of the raid.
March 31st, 2024, it was Easter Sunday, and a St. Petersburg detective was notified of a quadruple shooting at the Sonic Sports Bar and Lounge on 49th Street. 2 females and 2 males were shot, while 6 vehicles were struck by gunfire. A 17-year-old girl spoke with detectives at the hospital, stating she was shot in the left arm while running away and did not see the shooters. A 28-year-old female stated she ran from the scene, only to realize after she'd been shot in the shoulder. A 25-year-old male advised he was outside in a large group when he heard gunfire and ran, later realizing he'd been shot in the ankle. And the same would be said for a 26-year-old male who was shot in the arm and hand. The initial shooting happened on the northeast side of the restaurant, and a total of 44 shell casings would be found at the scene, fired from 9mm and .357 caliber handguns. The detective would be notified of video surveillance that not only captured the shooting, but the vehicle that fled the scene with the shooters inside. A blue 2023 Infiniti SUV could be seen arriving and parking at the restaurant. The vehicle was registered to Rodarius Green, aka Rod Wave, the multi-platinum rapper from St. Pete. 32-year-old Elias Torres could be seen exiting the driver door, while 24-year-old Christopher Atkins, 24-year-old Willie Cookinson, 20-year-old Kevontre Wesby, and 21-year-old Keith Wesby walk across the street to meet him. Elias can be seen pointing east towards where the shooting would happen moments later. The group would start walking over to where he pointed when everyone opened fire except for Elias. All 5 men would then get into the SUV as Elias drove off. The detective would state in the affidavit he's familiar with all 5 suspects, as he's been conducting an investigation into OMN, BOC, and the YG gangs and associates since March of 2022. 2 covert surveillance cameras have been monitoring a home located on Palm Avenue North to develop intelligence and further the investigation. The detective has spent hours watching the cameras and has viewed all listed suspects numerous times on a daily basis, coming and going from the home. The detective has even had face-to-face interactions with 3 of the 5 shooting suspects. On top of that, all of their social media accounts have been monitored, including posts from within 24 hours of the shooting showing all 5 suspects wearing the same clothes and jewelry. On April 1st, the detective would review surveillance video from the house under investigation. 14 minutes after the shooting, the blue SUV pulled into the driveway as multiple individuals exited and entered the home. Because it was after 11 p.m. at night, Elias was the only one able to be identified as he exited the driver's seat and entered. The home itself was 16 minutes away from the shooting
What
scene,
they trying to say, he
leading the
light-skinned?
detective to believe they drove directly to the house under surveillance immediately after the shooting. Probable cause would be established to charge the 4 shooters with second-degree attempted murder, while Elias was charged with principal to second-degree attempted murder. The principal theory under Florida law means you don't have to be the primary participant of a crime to be equally guilty of the crime. While Elias didn't shoot, he pointed in the direction of where the shooting would take place beforehand, walked over, and watched the shooting take place, then fled the scene with the shooting suspects. One of the shooters were on bond, while 2 others were convicted felons, leading to additional charges being filed against them. A search warrant was signed and executed on the home, in which 2 men were arrested, one of them who shares the same last name as Rod
going
Wave.
on with his top?
2 rifles and 2 pounds of marijuana would be found inside of the home, while a BMW would also be found on the side of the home that would later be linked to several other shootings in the city. That vehicle was also registered to Rod Wave. Detectives would later learn of another home in Palmetto that would be searched, and inside would be...
I didn't know this nigga Rod Wave was a gangster. Oh, he moving like that? First of all, ain't that Rod Wave and that don't even go together. Under investigation, RICO, all that. What? Rod, what we? He said I do more than sing.
Ammunition, cash, and jewelry. Both of these homes were being rented by Rod Wave. 3 days before the shooting, Rod Wave posted a picture to Instagram wearing his Florida Boy pendant over his ATR pendant. Both of these would be confiscated in the searches. Kevontre, Keith, and Christopher would be identified by police as members of the YGs or Young Gangsters, and Christopher can be seen on Instagram also wearing ATR pendants. Rod Wave is known for claiming ATR as his own clique, with ATR standing for Addicted to Racks. Now to clarify, there's no evidence ATR is a gang, and it isn't being investigated as a gang, but Rod Wave is being investigated for his ties to the YGs.
Yeah,
Rod Wave would be arrested for being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, but would be released shortly after it was determined he wasn't even a felon. Come to find out, Rod Wave had previously been charged with a felony, but later pled to a misdemeanor, and the police barely looked into it before placing him under arrest. A photo would hit social media showing the rapper within Manatee County Jail taking a photo with one of the employees inside the booth, so it appears Rod didn't have too bad of a time in there. But the news of his arrest, along with the video of the shooting being released, left the blogs alleging that it was actually Rod Wave in the video.
See, that's
as
what
the
I
shooting
said.
went down.
That's what it looked like.
I mean, it was really just the fact there was a few skinny shooters and a fat guy, so everyone assumed it was Rod. Even though the news reported it was Elias, whose arrest paperwork states he's 5'9" and 400 pounds, the blogs either didn't do their homework or figured the clickbait would be better. So while Rod Wave is free, that doesn't eliminate the possibility of another issue in the future. A 2-year gang investigation into a known violent gang that has been using your cars and houses to commit shootings, stash weapons, and stash drugs sounds like the grounds for a possible RICO. And the feds don't even need to be involved, as Florida is one of the few states that has its own RICO charge. St. Pete police had already said more arrests are expected to come, and at this time, Keith Wesby is still wanted for the Easter shooting. Police have also said the shooting stemmed from Elias having a problem with someone else and calling the 4 other men. If that's the case, it would seem the police are alleging Elias directed the 4 other men to commit the shooting. Elias can be seen in multiple pictures with Rod Wave and the other suspects, and it's believed Elias is actually Rod Wave's road manager. At the time, all 5 men are charged with offenses that under Florida law are punishable by life, and with no parole in the state, a life sentence means a prison death. Now this is a lot to take in, and At the end of the day, I'm a
Crazy.
realist. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Rod Wave didn't do shit. He didn't do anything. He went to jail on some fluke shit because the police didn't even look into the fact that he wasn't a felon. Whatever. They said that there was some ammunition left out in one of the homes. They tried to get him with that instead of the multiple guns that were in the homes. I'm not sure how the fuck that plays out. But either way, Rod Wave didn't do anything. The issue is the people he's hanging around. His team.
That's the big
This could
issue.
be the team that's just with him traveling, music videos, friends he grew up with, whatever. He has 2 vehicles rented, 2 houses rented. The shooters in this case have been using one of these houses, and one of the vehicles was used to flee the scene of the shooting.
Not
That
looking
right there
good.
is a problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
I'm not sure if they could charge him, because it's like, yo, that's my manager. I let him use a car that I rent, whatever.
True.
I didn't know that they were doing shit with the car. I didn't know that the other cars wanted in multiple shootings. I had no idea about that. I didn't know that there was pounds in there. I just rented a place for my team. Whatever my team did, me personally, I don't feel like the responsibility falls on Rod Wave whatsoever. And I'm sure he got the money to have a lawyer express the same thing. But that doesn't mean Florida is going to look at it the same way.
real.
And if they've been investigating gangs in St. Pete, or more specifically the people he's associated with, for 2 years now, normally they don't do 2-year investigations just for a simple arrest. They're investigating you for 2 years because they're building up an entire case. So when they come and smack down, there's an overwhelming amount of evidence they're able to use to put you away. Now, the RICO in Florida, I believe, carries like 20 years itself. Never mind the quadruple shooting, attempted murder, that would be just 1 count of the RICO. Now, they seized up all the jewelry and everything in the house. Really, the only explanation was we saw them wearing the jewelry. We knew it was them because we could see jewelry on the shooting surveillance, whatever. In my opinion, they're taking away your means to defend yourself. We know you got jewelry. We know you got cash. You better have some money in the bank. Otherwise, we're taking everything that you could use or sell to hire a defense team. Now, as far as Rod Wave goes, I mean, he's a millionaire. He's a platinum artist. You got to be careful with who you're hanging around.
Man.
Moving forward, now that he knows what's going on, he definitely got to be tiptoeing through St. Pete. I'm surprised he actually hasn't gotten up out of St. Pete.
Real, that's what I was just about
But
to say.
at the end of
That's
the
crazy.
day,
He's still.
we don't know where this is going to go. They're saying more arrests are going to come. Hopefully none of this falls on Rod Wave. And hopefully nobody within his camp starts pointing the finger. The police are alleging that Elias was the one that had an issue, called the other 4 men, pointed for whatever reason on camera, and the shooting happened. Whatever happens with them, and hopefully Rod Wave is able to separate himself from that path of self-destruction. But hey, let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. You know what? That's first of all, like I say, Rod Wave and that investigation, RICO, that don't even go together. I ain't even know he'd be moving like that. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't be in these artists' life like that. I don't care. You know what I mean? But I'll say this, just from the past, you know, you definitely are involved into some dealings that probably don't look too good for you, or, you know, for anybody around you, for that matter of fact, especially him. I mean, he's the artist. He's the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he got his name in the cars, the rent, I'm telling you, bro, they'll make an example out of him. You know what I mean? Like, even though I hear Jake saying he don't feel like he got anything to, yeah, but the fact is they can put it together to where it's intent. They can, trust me, man, they can make an example. You know what I mean? Just in a way that, you know, to show you. So again, man, that's crazy. Like I said, I would never think that he would be moving. And I'm not saying that he's partaking or actually doing I mean, because it wasn't no evidence to say. But again, with all the stuff in line, bro, that's enough to, like I say, just from experience, you don't want to be tied to that like that. You know what I mean? And y'all already know how it go. You know what I say? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You already know how it go. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Another one, Todd Town. I appreciate all the love and the support, man. I appreciate everybody that's rocking. I see it, man. We growing slowly but surely. If you haven't already, hit that like, subscribe, share, notification button so you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest content. You don't want to miss, man. We doing drops daily. Like I said, we going to be doing them daily drops for y'all, so stay tuned in. And anywho, man, I'm checking out. Until next time, peace.
Yeah. Whoa.